Hi everyone, this is FaZe and welcome back to my channel. If you've been subscribed to my channel for quite some time, then you probably know how much I love my Kindle. I've been using a Kindle for about 6 years now and I absolutely love reading on it. Now, the battery life on the Kindle is amazing, and every year I feel like it only gets better and better when Amazon announces new software updates and hardware updates as well. However, in this video, I will give you a few tips and tricks that I've found and come across along these years on how you can maximize your battery life and get more energy and more battery out of it. So in today's video, I'm gonna go over 6 very simple yet very important tips that will help you maximize the battery life on your Kindle. Tip number 1, turn off your Wi-Fi. You see, Wi-Fi is hands down the #1 battery drainer on not just Kindles, but smartphones, tablets, and all these gadgets. But you see, with those gadgets, you actually rely on the internet. On a Kindle, however, the main purpose of this device is to just read. So internet on the Kindle makes sense for 2 reasons. 1, if you are downloading a book, or 2nd, if there's a software update that you're downloading to update your new Kindle. Those are like the only times you need internet on your Kindle. Now, yes, there is Whisper Sync, which is a pretty nice feature where you read on your Kindle and then when you hop on your iPhone or your iPad or whatever device you're using and you get on the Kindle app, it will literally pick up exactly where you left off on your Kindle and vice versa. That's a good feature, but to be honest, I haven't really found that to be as worthy as improving the battery life on my Kindle. And the reason I say that is because usually I know where I left off on my iPad or my iPhone or my Kindle, so I just immediately just swipe through it and I'm there. So it's not that big of a deal. But trust me, you get amazing battery life right from just turning off Wi-Fi. So let me show you how you can do that. To turn off Wi-Fi, it's very quick and easy. All you do is click on the quick settings at the top of your screen and turn on airplane mode, which will automatically disable Wi-Fi. So that is tip number 1, turning off your Wi-Fi. Now let's go over tip number 2, and that is reducing your brightness level. Again, this is really simple and very easy, so let me show you really quickly how that can be done. You just once again simply click on the settings, see the brightness symbol, and then toggle the brightness there. And this is something that you can always simply adjust, right? A lot of times what I found is that my brightness level is a lot higher than I even need it to be on my Kindle. So once again, if you're in a situation where you feel like, okay, maybe I've reduced the brightness a little too much, you can always just go back and manually adjust it. But having said that, really check out your Kindle and see if you even need it to be as bright as it is. Because if you reduce the brightness, it drastically improves your battery life. Now, tip number 3, and that is turning off page refresh. You see, your Kindle has a built-in feature to refresh your page every time you flip a page. The reason Kindles do that is to prevent ghosting. Ghosting is a term described to use the time lag in which there is a slight delay in a page turning to the next. So when page refresh is on, it uses quite a bit of energy and hence drains your battery. What I suggest is you just turn it off, and trust me, you won't even find a big difference. So let me show you how you can do that. But I will say this, I know there are a lot of people that read books with heavy illustrations like comics and stuff. Now, if you are reading books with a lot of illustrations, I don't really know how this feature will impact your Kindle. It could be a negative impact. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth doing something like this if you're reading a comic book. But once again, I've never done it on comics or books with a lot of pictures, but I would love for you to try it out and let me know how that experience goes for you. But other than that, if you're reading a book and it's just mostly words, I don't think you're gonna find a big difference. Now let's talk about tip number 4, and that is utilizing the best of your sleep mode. You see, if you leave your Kindle alone for 10 minutes, it will automatically go to sleep. But that is 10 minutes of wasted battery life. So if you know you will be putting your Kindle aside for a few minutes, then manually just put your Kindle in sleep mode by clicking on the power button on your Kindle. Trust me, this will save a lot of energy. Now let's talk about tip number 5, and this is actually one of my favorites. It's something I don't use all the time, but I do use it a lot at night, and it's something I love, and it's called dark mode. Dark mode, just like the way we use on our smartphones and other devices, is extremely efficient for our Kindles. What it does is that it turns the background black and makes the text white. At night especially, I love this as I find it even better for the eye. On top of that, it doesn't use all of the energy from all these LED lights to give you that white, bright lit display. And of course, to turn on dark mode, it's really simple. You go into your settings, you see the dark mode button, you tap it on, dark mode is on. Then let's say you're out and about during the day and you're not really liking dark mode, just turn it off. But leaving it on does give you great battery life, but once again, you don't always have to have it on. Now, tip number 6, the final piece of advice that I'm gonna share with you guys for maximizing your battery life. And this is something a lot of people surprisingly don't know about. So I'm gonna show it to you right now. It's called low power mode. Just go to settings, device options, advanced options, and then there you have it, the power saver option. So you just click that and you're good to go. Now guys, these were just 6 simple steps. And trust me, if you use these 6 simple steps, you are going to completely maximize your battery life. And I really want to see you try this out and let me know when you do if you see an impact on your battery life. This isn't just exclusive to the Kindle Paperwhite. So even though I showed everything on my Kindle Paperwhite, this is not just exclusive to that. This is for all Kindles. It doesn't even matter what model you have, what year it is. It works on all Kindles, and trust me, it works. So definitely give it a try, and also comment below and let me know if there's a lot of tips or advice that you have that I haven't mentioned. I would love to try it out. And if you do try these methods out and it's working for you, do let me know. Till then, I'll see you next time.